kidding me? Shit. Way overdid it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Will It Inlay episode 3, I guess. This is a ring I'm making for my buddy over at the workshop at the Hidden Homestead. He does a mostly blacksmithing channel, I guess. He's really good with making a nice looking video. If you are into that sort of thing, go check him out. He also does some really nice post beam work and also a few concrete videos. And I do concrete as well for my main job, so I thought it would be fun to try to use a material that both him and I use, which was burlap. We use it to cover our concrete after we pour it when it gets cold out. It doesn't leave any marks, and then we're able to put an insulated blanket on it and keep the concrete from freezing, basically, and allowing it to cure properly when it gets extremely cold out. Alright, I'm going to go cut some burlap up and see if I can make a decent enough piece that's small enough for that. Alright, got it cut. I'm going to try to lay this in there without getting my fat fingers 100% in the way. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is some super gnarly stuff from work, so it's covered concrete before quite a few times. All right, soak this thing down with some thin. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well, but in person you can tell that's burlap. It's kind of interesting looking. Alright, I'll coat this thing and get the outside cleaned up a little bit and be back. The outside of this was kind of a pain. The burlap and the CA ended up making a lot of little pock marks that needed to be filled in and knocked down to get cleaned up and get it decently flat on the outside. So I just finished these out with the micro mesh pads. They work great. And then when I go to cut this off, I like to use my skew chisel to make a nice little mark or a decent groove, I guess, and something for my handsaw to follow, make it a little bit easier to cut. And then I always cut these a little bit wide. That way I can take a piece of sandpaper on a block and flatten it out. Alright. So I got it sanded down where it's fairly flat. If you're doing anything like this, these soft jaws are cheap, and you can stick your finger way in there and not get hit by anything. So I didn't go quite deep enough with my skew. I've got like a mil on the inside to get yet. So we'll hit it with some sandpaper and get this thing cleaned up and get a little bit of a nice edge on it so it's comfortable to wear. For the inside of rings, I've started working with 120 grit, and I get it to the point where it's sized on the inside. I find it's a lot easier to do that way, and it helps to get the shape a little easier without going too overboard with a skew or a gouge of some sort. And then after I get it close to size, I'll start working through the grits and go up to 400. And I have to say that this is one of the best feeling rings to wear that I've made so far. And here is where I made another mistake. The thin CA that I put on here actually stuck the ring to my soft jaws. The thin CA that I have, I should say, is about like water. It just runs everywhere. It wasn't a good idea. I need to come up with a better solution to apply the CA on the inside. So I actually had to take the ring once I got it broke free from the soft jaws, I ended up putting it on my mandrel and having to refinish the entire outside of it. There it is, guys. It turned out absolutely beautiful. The patterns on the inside are fantastic. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.